Hey everybody, this is Coach Steve with Steve Miller Golf, and I'm answering some questions again with some of the things that I get from my students when we're in playing sessions or when they're out on their own and they're struggling. So a lot of times I do get this question, hey coach, I've got a short pin, I've come up short of the green, and I want to get this thing to get close so I give myself every opportunity to make a par, make a bogey, whatever that number is going to be. How do I hit this shot? Well, how many times have we all done this where we step in, we've got that short pin, we're going through the process, and we're thinking, all right, I'm just going to get this thing to land right up on top and get it to stop. And then all of a sudden, it hits and just barely gets onto the green. Or even worse is that it hits the hillside and it stops. Well, now we've got to go through that chip shot again. Well, what I want to do is I want to teach you a little bit of different play, something to think about is how do I go ahead and take some of that risk out of there where I don't have to be so precise, and let me give myself a great opportunity to score. So what I'm going to ask you to do is take a little bit less loft, like an 8-iron. Now, because we're using less loft, we have to run this thing up the hill. But instead of trying to bounce it into like the top of the bank and hope that's going to kill it, we've got to feel like we can land a little bit more into a flat so that way we can get a nice run up. Get some, get the ability for that golf ball to release onto the green a little bit better. So when we're going through the process, just feeling almost like putting like with loft, I'm going to try to pick out as flat of an area as I can. Trust that judgment right there. Put the ball back in my stance. Make a nice simple chip. Let it run up the hill and right next to the pin. So the biggest thing, that the difference between the two is very simple, is that when I used that more loft, I had to be so much more precise, and sometimes even as better players, we're just not feeling the particular shot. So sometimes taking a little bit less loft and allowing it to run up the hill gives you a better opportunity for score. If you have questions about this or any other part of your game and you need help, please give me a call. I would love to help you out and show you some of these shots so that way when you're under pressure and you're trying to score, you can easily hit a great shot, make the putt, and move on. Thanks.